Hello everyone. Today I need to say welcome back to myself because life got in the way in the last 3 days. Well, more or less technology got in the way. So sometimes we're not in control and we just have to let it go. So thank you if you come back in and listen to my readings. You make plans. Have you ever made plans and they don't seem to go in the direction that you want them to go? Well, somehow it always works out that you needed to actually let go of the plans. So I've had to let go because no matter what I was doing, it seemed as if I wasn't able to do what I had planned. So doing the videos, doing other things that required my attention, most probably away from what was being called into my awareness. And therefore, you have to let it go. So at a certain point, you surrender and you go, okay, so whenever it is, it will happen. So here I am today. And I think that today it's more about finding what truth is, because there's so much going on around us and there's so much information that is available to us. But where is it truly that you can find truth? Well, for as far as I'm concerned, yes, you can do a lot of research. You can, look at everything, because if things are coming into your awareness, you obviously are looking at them. And especially if they're causing you to feel concern, fear, or whatever else, then of course we are looking for answers. But most of the time, what we neglect to do is actually to go within ourselves, because all of the answers are within ourselves, and ask our soul to bring up what we need to know, or bring us the information that will match what we need to know, and discard all the things that are not really useful in any way to us. And that's what normally happens when you are really listening to your intuition or really listening to your inner being. There is a part of you that just knows what the answers are. You ask a question and then you trust. You surrender to a process that will bring you to either speak to the right people, to get the information through concepts of technology. Doesn't really matter. But the truth is always how you feel about it. If it's feeling off, usually, could be that's not really okay. So starting to trust our gut feeling, starting to trust that response that we get from within. And, if you're wrong, you can always go back and have a look. And if you make a wrong decision, it rarely is a wrong decision. You can always backtrack it in somehow if it's not made in the right energy with the soul. But sometimes we tend to just take on too much. So the truth is within us. The truth is always within us. Look at things from that perspective and you might find that it comes clearer. Now, that's for me to sort of unpack as well for myself. Not everything is clear. And basically, when we surrender to that inner being, to that inner voice, to that inner whisper, to that knowledge, to that feeling, then you will notice that things are actually working out better, keeps you calmer, and you just know. Don't worry about how, it's just knowing. So today I'm going to, based on that, see whether we are getting the truth or whether we need to look in a different direction. Maybe just leave it free to see what comes through with the cards. Okay, so let me see. Oh, yes, sorry. I was going to pick a card, but it's the John Holland deck today that I'm using. Okay, so let's shuffle it again. Maybe it wasn't right. Wow. Okay, material harvest. Well, when you look at this card, you are paying attention to the items on that table. Looks like a field to me. It's very interesting because it's not really a cloth, although it can be. It's a field, so you're sowing the seeds in that field of energy and you're getting the rewards, which can be, in this case, whatever the person has in front of them. So what is it that it's saying to us? Well, we are receiving the rewards. There's harvest ahead of us. It's a number 9 card, and you look behind, there are 2 buildings, one on each side of the person. There's a sun, but there's also a halo. So all of this is regarding the old energy leaving and the new energy coming in. Creating that halo means that it's expanding. And the 9 is about letting go, surrendering. So we need to surrender. So what is the truth that we need to surrender? We need to surrender, and the harvest, the information, whatever we need to know, will be brought to us. And it will be brought to us in ways that don't necessarily have to look in a certain way, feel in a certain way, but they will come in different directions, and whatever it is that we need will also be provided. So no fear of the path ahead of us, but simply know that it will be taken care of. It's the end of a cycle. So we're ending something, and it can be that at the end of a harvest period, we have a great reward of what is, the remnants, and, putting the hands out, ready to receive. So what do we need to do? We need to be willing to receive. So put your hand out. You're willing to receive and surrender to whatever comes, because it's always going to be the right thing for you. Very good card. I think it's really nice to receive this card, because it means that we are taken care of. I just remind myself, and if you're not a Bible person, please forgive me, but I like the story of Moses and the Ten Commandments. And I think that the way that I look at it is that the journey may not be known, and you might be in the desert, but at the same time, you find everything that you need along the way, because there's trust, and that's what the story is about, trust, okay? So let's see what else comes through, because I don't think that's the last card, especially because we're at Easter, and it's a very particular period of, whether you believe it or not, it doesn't really matter. It's about peace. It's about unity of people, but also peace. So, let's see what else comes through. I pick another card. Intuition. Well, yeah, it does really look like a very good message today. So the harvest, and as I said, we need to trust our intuition. We're in charge, and we have the key to that door that is opening behind this person. And the intuition is tapping into our higher being, higher self, because it's connected to source. And we're bringing in the essence of the high priestess here. We're bringing in the essence of who we truly are. So we're not just this body. Actually, the body is the house for our soul. So the inner being is working with us and bringing forth all the things that we need to know. Our intuition is that inner being that knows the way ahead, that knows how to give the messages, because it has a direct connection with the source of all things. And there's a plan for our lives. So the harvest isn't something that we have to work really hard for. It's a harvest that will come to us because we trust. Then there will be action to be taken, but not because we have to push. So these two cards are very good, because what is the harvest? Anything. I mean, anything. Whatever it is that we need is available to us. And what's the intuition? Well, the guiding system that will take us to where we can find it. So today it will tell you, or like it's done in the past days to me, to step aside and surrender and let go. It wasn't a time to push to do anything. So I stepped back. And so then today it felt like it was okay, and it's actually working out okay. So fine-tuning our intuition with how we receive the harvest is very important. But those two buildings behind this card here are showing that we have the two pillars. So yin and yang, dark and light, the balancing of the energies, letting go of all our belief systems that we had in the past, and bringing in new harvest. That field that needs to be sown with new seeds will be our moving forward. Then we trust in the intuition that will guide the steps to take us where we need to go, to find what we need to find, to put the right seeds, which are the thoughts and the intentions, to receive the harvest further down the track. The two are combined. The two are part of also finding the truth. What is the truth? The truth is who you truly are, who we truly are. We are creating our universe. We are creating our well-being. Our energy field is always in that space of creation. We just need to trust it a bit more, because that's something we don't really do. Beautiful two cards today. And I suppose if it relates to the truth is something that we can only feel matching out and external factors, but we are the ones that have the truth within us. What doesn't resonate? Mostly, it's not really the truth. And it doesn't mean that it's not the truth for somebody else. It's not the truth that we are looking for or that we need to find. So I hope that on the realm of that follow up of that reading, 2 cards, that you will enjoy peace in these next days, or in the future moment as well. Whether you celebrate Easter or not, whether you believe in one thing or another, it doesn't really matter. It's the intention of finding peace in this moment and knowing that we are all on this journey together. And I thank you for your patience and thank you for listening to me. And today it worked. So good. Bye bye for till next time.